Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into 3 purchases that you need to make this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you're wondering why, for any of you subscribers, I didn't post a weekly update video today, I just got absolutely zero sleep. My dog was sick all night, and I was really worried I had to take her to the vet and all these other things. That's why I might sound a little bit dead right now. But I still figured I'd get out some sort of video, let you guys know my personal feelings and opinions on this weekly update. So, with that being said, hopefully you enjoy it. If you want to see more content like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And let's get straight into it, starting off in one of the purchases I would recommend to make this week, being the Nagasaki Shotaro. This is not only one of the coolest looking motorcycles in the game, because it's obviously based off of the Tron motorcycle, but it's also one of the best motorcycles in the game. It is incredibly fast and features ridiculous levels of handling. In general, motorcycles feature better handling than cars because they can't really drift, but this vehicle's handling, I mean, look at how I'm able to bob in and out of traffic. It is insane. It is a very, very fun motorcycle to mess around with, and it's why, even though I normally don't recommend for most players to get their hands on motorcycles, this is one that does make the list for today's video. Now, we can actually see the capabilities of the Shotaro by making our way over to GTA Cars. The vehicle has a top speed of 123.75 miles per hour, which is alright. As we can see, it's 14th out of the 53 motorcycles, but what's really impressive is the lap time. At 57 seconds, this ranks it 4th out of all the motorcycles in the game. That is really impressive, and with it being 30% off this week, it means that $2.2 million price tag is being slashed down to like 1.6 million. I would definitely say that this is a motorcycle worth picking up if you're looking for something that's fast, has ridiculously good handling and acceleration, and pairing with that, just a really freaking cool looking motorcycle. But you can let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let's get into the next vehicle. Next, that brings us to this, the Annis S80RR, which is honestly such a fun supercar. This is very clearly based off of the other Le Mans style vehicles in GTA. We already have cars like the RE7B, which is kind of the original, and then we have the LM87. And this vehicle slides right in between both in terms of its performance. It's not as good as the LM87, but it is still a very, very good performing vehicle, and it looks absolutely amazing. The only thing I will say that does annoy me a little bit about this car is that the front bumper can go into the ground, like you can see here. And once you see it, kind of don't unsee it, so if that is something that bothers you, you might have to mess around with a bit of the suspension so that the vehicle's not literally eating the dirt. But it's not the end of the world, just something I thought I would mention. Now, this vehicle is an absolute dream to drive. I mean, look at the handling this car has. There's not many cars in the game that you can turn at full speed without having any grip loss, and not only that, being able to achieve pretty good speeds as it is. If we make our way over to GTA Cars, we can actually see its performance, and it goes 123. And its lap time ranks at 13th out of the 60 supercars in the game. That's really impressive. This is such a fun vehicle to drive. The problem is it's normally very expensive, $2.6 million. And that's a lot of money. But because it's 30% off, you can get it for under $2 million this week. And the best part is that this is actually a removed vehicle that has made its way back into GTA Online for permanent purchase. And for those of you that are unaware, when Rockstar brought these removed vehicles back, they also gave them missile lock-on jammers. So indeed, you can get this car for 30% off and even put a missile lock-on jammer on it, making it a really, really impressive vehicle, and at least in my eyes, have one leg over the LM87. But you can let me know your personal feelings, comments, and opinions down below, just at the end of the day. That brings us to this beast, the Declasse Draugur. I won't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of this vehicle's looks. I think it's kind of goofy looking, and I think a lot of you will agree. I don't know, it's just boxy, it's not the prettiest off-road vehicle. But what I will say is while it may be kind of goofy looking, this is one of the most fun off-road vehicles in the game. Not only does it have insane levels of handling, for some reason Rockstar loves to give off-road vehicles just crazy good handling. And we can see that here. Like, I can roll through these corners like they don't even exist in a vehicle that's, you know, 4 feet off the ground and running fully kitted out off-road tires. It's weird, but yeah, for some reason, these off-road vehicles, just look at that. I mean, I don't know why, but it's great at off-roading, and it's great on normal roads. It's all-wheel drive, and it has great acceleration. Plus, the Draugur is only like 1.5 million base, so with a 30% discount this week, it's actually a really, really good deal. If we make our way over to the performance of this vehicle, we can see it is the 12th fastest in top speed for the off-road category, but to make up for that, it is the 3rd in the lap time category. And that clearly shows when I was just driving the vehicle there. The thing is truly insane on how much grip it has when driving around. It's weird. I really don't get it. Now, most of you are probably going to be looking at the $1.9 million price tag because I can't imagine many of you will have completed 10 races in the Cayo Perico series. But even then, you are still getting this vehicle for less than 1.5, probably around the 1.4 to 3 million mark with the 30% discount. And that's a pretty good deal for, at least in my eyes, one of the most fun vehicles in the game, right? The whole point of a car, the whole point of buying a discounted vehicle is to have fun. And I find a lot of fun in driving off-road vehicles. I think they're really, really cool to mess around with. And this is definitely one of those off-road vehicles that you're going to be like, what the heck? Why have I never driven this before? Its acceleration and just overall capabilities are out of this world. But either way, that is the 3 discounted vehicles I would recommend to get your hands on this week. That brings us to one final purchase. Entering Simeon's dealership this week, you will see the Lampadati Viscerus, which, at least in my opinion, is one of the best overall sports classics in the game. It doesn't get HSW capabilities like the Turismo Classic, but what it does have is still a very impressive top speed of 127 miles per hour. That is crazy fast for a sports classic, and actually allows this vehicle to be really, really fun to drive. Not only that, it has fairly good handling. I'm not going to say it's great. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to be as good as any real sports car or supercar, but it's still pretty good in the general handling category. And then that brings us to my favorite part about this vehicle, and just, that's the looks. This is one of the nicest looking cars in the game. I think everybody can agree that the design of this vehicle is incredible. It's kind of like a Countach paired with, I don't even know what the heck it's paired with, almost like a Ferrari. But this is, it's one of the best sports classics. It's a fast vehicle, and in general, it's one of the best in the category as it is. I would highly recommend to pick this up. It's not a super expensive purchase, and it's a removed vehicle, which means if you don't get it this week, well, you're not going to be able to get it. That's as simple as it is. This might be the last chance you have before Rockstar stops the ability to purchase these vehicles at all and GTA 6 gets unveiled. So these are things to keep in mind. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and as always, if you'd like to see more content like this on other videos, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.